little history about the Humane Society of Manatee County is we've actually been here since the 1970s. And it was started by a group of volunteers, and it originally started as a foster-based rescue. So that means that members of the community were taking dogs to their houses and then they were adopting them out from there. And since then, it's obviously come a really long way. We have a clinic now and we have a full-blown facility, and it's really amazing. We do a lot of different things, not just dog adoptions, not just cat adoptions. We actually do a lot of outreach to the community as well, for events where we talk about why animals become homeless and things we can do to prevent that. But we also provide food for low-income families. We provide low-cost veterinary care for low-income families, and it's a really, really valuable source for a lot of people. We're no stranger to having our little favorites. So one of them is probably Nutmeg. She's a 6-year-old pitty mix, and she's just so sweet. I've had her be like an ambassador basically for the Humane Society. So she's visited with senior living communities, and she's also visited with children with disabilities, and then just all kinds of different events. And she is the most friendly little happy-go-lucky thing. So she's one of my favorites right now for sure. So for volunteers, we don't expect much, honestly. We really want volunteers to enjoy coming here. We want them to do what they want to do, whether that's laundry, which we definitely have volunteers that just want to do laundry for us, which is amazing. But we also have volunteers that want to spend time with our cats, cuddle with cats. We have volunteers that spend time in the clinic and they prepare surgery kits. They pop the syringes open to make things go faster for our veterinarians and the technicians. So we don't expect much. We just expect them to show up and be happy and have a good time. So on a day-to-day basis, the animals need mental enrichment, which we do a couple of different things for them. Actually, it's not just one thing. They get a different scent sprayed in their kennel every day. So they get to experience smelling lavender or peppermint, things like that. And it can be a little bit enriching for them. And then we also provide them like frozen treats, which last a really long time. And that is something that makes their kennel a little bit nicer, and it makes them feel a little bit more positively about being in a kennel. They get a nice peanut butter treat for it. But then they also need to get outside of the kennel, of course. So that means going into play groups. So we do dog-to-dog interactions and let them play with other dogs. That is really important for their mental health. They also get to go on walks with volunteers. They go on outings. We take them for puppuccinos all the time, and we take them to Riverwalk. We take them to Robinson Preserve. So they actually do a whole lot, and they get out of the shelter often. And that's the most important part, is getting them out of here and exploring the world. I think one thing that we do that's unlike any other shelter is we actively try to help dogs and cats that need a second chance. So we market ourselves as a second chance adoption center. So we try to take dogs that have medical issues and need that extra help that maybe other shelters don't have the resources for, and that's not their fault. They just don't have the resources, and there's nothing you can really do about that. So when we do have the resources, we want to be able to help them. So I think that's a really amazing thing that we can offer, especially when the medical cases come in. We also offer post-adoption support whenever we can, whether that's helping with medication, helping with special diets. We have a beautiful German Shepherd right now that just got adopted recently, and he needs hydrolyzed protein, and then he also needs medication on top of that. So we actually have a grant that helps provide that medication for him. So that takes some of the burden off the adopter, and then ultimately this dog gets a home because we can help him out a little bit more.